Hello again and welcome back to March May's Midlife Dolly Crisis. I mentioned a little while ago that I had kind of mislaid my fashionista dolls, but I did find them again. And I was kind of surprised by how many. I thought I had loads and loads. I do have loads. I have basically 13 of them, and they are here in this wonderful giant bag. And I'm going to choose 2 of them at random. I can't see which ones they are. They're all in the same packaging as well. The pink Ziploc. They're not really Ziploc. They are zipped actually, so they're not Ziploc. They are actually zips. So these are all. So they're all in the same packaging, is what I mean. So I can't pick and choose which one I want, and I put them in very randomly. So I'm going to choose 2 today, and we're going to unbox those. And I'm probably going to carry on doing this for the next 2 decades until I've actually got through all of these. I have to admit, I did buy a new one as well. Even though I thought I probably wouldn't buy any more. I bought a new one the other week, and once I've taken the 2 out of this, I'm probably going to stick her in as well. She is again in this packaging, so she won't look any different to the other ones, is what I mean. Anyway, so let me see. Right. Okay, you're going to have to just trust me that I'm actually not looking and seeing what I'm picking out. So, okay, so here's one. Okay, so this is one of the Ken ones, and he's number 193. Okay, so that is the first one. Now, I'm hoping I don't get another boy one. It'd be nice to have like a variety, but I know there are other boys in here as well. I should have actually got someone else to do this, really, shouldn't I? Okay, let's pick this one. Okay, great. It is not a boy one. So this is number. Oh God, what number is she? I think 156. I think 156. I can't see because her hair is huge, so I can't actually see what number it would normally be on the side there. So yeah, so I think she's 156, judging by what it says in the back. So yeah, so we're going to open her, 156, Miss 156, and Mr. 193. And we'll see what we think of these. Here we go. So these are the 2 fashionistas that we're going to be unboxing today, or unzipping today. Who should we do first? Let's open this girl first. So let's move him out of the way for now. So, I think with these bags, you literally just have to cut a tag on the side, which I'm going to do. So I know that they are planning on changing the packaging yet again. It seems a bit strange because it doesn't feel that long ago that they actually changed the packaging to these. And you would have hoped that maybe if they were going to change the packaging, they might have actually sort of gone for a more eco-friendly version by not having plastic at all, but they seem to have gone for the whole cardboard and plastic window at the front. So, as I say, this girl is number 156, which is there. I couldn't see it because her hair got in the way. So there's a really nice image of her down at the bottom there. I do really like these pictures that they've got of them. I think it really kind of shows the doll off. Whether or not the doll that you get looks like that, of course, is a whole other matter. So she is. Okay, so she's only kind of in with this one sort of long, one of those sort of stretchy Kimball tag things, which I'm going to cut. And she's free. So there we go. So here she is. Obviously her hair has gone a bit boxy because she's been in that packaging for a while. She would make a really good Garnet from Steven Universe, wouldn't she? Because she's already got the square hair. Let's be nice and actually make the hair look a bit better than it is. There we go. So, I was in 2 minds about this doll, to be honest, mainly because I just thought the blue lipstick was a bit weird, and then I realised I like weird, so I'm going to get that doll. The other thing that put me off, obviously, was this sort of awful outfit that she's in. So she does seem to be wearing one of those sort of, not really a t-shirt dress, but just kind of like a jacket dress almost. So it looks like a sort of varsity jacket. And it's got like lots of printed details on it. Now what does it say? Fearless, 59, B, I suppose for Barbie. Dream it, do it, it says. Dream it, do it. Ah, now interestingly, and I didn't realise this, I think. So, this bit is kind of a standard sort of, you know, that sort of nylon-y sort of fabric. But these bits here are a separate piece, these kind of blue bits. So these are kind of stitched on. I suppose they're there to make it look like ribbing. Also, we've got the same thing at the collar as well. We have the same things at the cuff. But the sleeves are actually a kind of a leathery material. So that's at least something. It's not just that they've put her in a sort of a standard, oh, just, you know, make it all out of the same sort of crappy material. And yeah, there's the dress, that's done. They have put a bit of thought into it. I'd rather she wasn't in something like this, but I suppose at least they made a bit more of an effort. I presume she doesn't have anything else underneath it. So yeah, there's nothing underneath it. She, I think, is a tall Barbie. So she's got the kind of the printed on pants there. The articulation obviously is not amazing. She can move her arms out and then back and forth. Her head is on a pivot thing, so she can do the whole side head thing, and she can obviously turn her head around. No waist movement here. Her legs will go kind of in and out and up and down. They aren't amazing. They don't go that far back either, the legs. I mean, it's a far cry from a made-to-be body, isn't it? Okay, let's have a quick look at her shoes. So they are a kind of like a highlighter yellow, I suppose, colour. They have a heel on them. They are obviously plastic. They've also got this sort of ankle strap there, and we've also got pom-poms, or sort of faux pom-poms anyway, on the end. I quite like the shoes, actually. I think the shoes are cute. I don't hate the dress as much as I feel like I should hate it, but I just wish it was a bit better and not this kind of standard awful material with kind of things drawn on. I think we can do better. I'm going to have a rummage and see what I can find for her. But for now, we're just going to put her to one side while we have a look at our second doll. But yeah, I actually quite like her, and I do like her face. Let's see if we get a close-up of her face, shall we? There we go. So yeah, she has got the blue lips, which I do quite like. She would make a good goth doll, I think, as well, because of that sort of makeup that she's got. Other than that, she just has kind of like the standard sort of like black eyelids and things like that. She doesn't really have any other makeup. It seems to literally be just the blue lips. I guess once you've got blue lips, though, you don't really need anything else, because that's pretty much a statement in itself. But yeah, so that is her. So let's pop her to one side for now. I'm going to cover her like this, just so she can't get cold, because it's not that warm today. Okay, so then we have this guy, and he is number 193. Obviously he's a Ken doll. I think he's on a petite body, possibly. So the reason I liked him was because he had actual rooted hair, which you don't always get. Let's take him out of this. And again, there's a really nice kind of image of him on the front there. It's kind of behind the Barbie logo. There you go, set a bit better there. As I say, I do really like the kind of the images that they use. So let's cut this. Again, there's no Kimber tags on the back of his head. It's literally just one around his body. So that's at least good. So here he is, out of his box, or packet, or whatever you want to call it. So he is a slim Ken-bodied Ken doll. I think they call them slim or petite, I'm not sure. I'm not that keen on the smaller ones. I think their heads all seem too big for them almost. And we will have a look at that because I will take his top off and you can kind of see the size of his body in comparison to his neck, which I always think is a bit weird. I do have one other petite Ken, which is the one that was dressed up like a jockey. It wasn't meant to be, it was meant to be dressed in sort of like sporty gear, but I always think he looks like a jockey in it, which is a sport, admittedly. So anyway, one of the reasons I like this one is because he had rooted hair. So if we have a close look at him, he has a really nice face as well. Are we going to focus? Are we going to focus, or are we going to see that grain of the wood? No, there we go, that's good. So his hair is, so it's rooted on the top, and then around the sides and the back, it's painted on to give him that kind of shaved effect kind of thing. So they haven't flocked this is literally just painted on. I know with some of the Barbie Luxe dolls, they've kind of flocked the backs and the sides to give it the same kind of effect. There is product in the hair, but it isn't that stiff. It's kind of okay. Probably a brush would help it. It's just nice when they give them any sort of like real hair in a way. With the fashionistas, you don't normally expect it, so it is nice when the odd boy turns up with actual hair. He has obviously the standard fashionista articulation, so it's just the 5 points. The head is on the pivot thing. The heads are kind of weird on these because I think it's the kind of size of the neck in comparison to the size of the head. It doesn't really, it doesn't flow as well as the actual Barbie heads on their necks because their neck is quite thick. So he does have movement in the neck. He also has the whole arm thing. So basically it's the same as hers really, in that he can move his arms out and in and all the way around. Nothing in the waist, and then the legs again are very similar. His don't move in and out as well as hers do. They do a little bit, but not as much. And again, they don't really go back very far, but they will go kind of forward. So you can pretty much sit down, although it's kind of at a sort of a weird angle there. Clothes-wise, so he's wearing this hoodie, which I actually really like. This was another reason that I kind of liked him. And he can actually put it up. There we go. Now, the hoodie also has this big hole at the back. I presume they do this to all the hoodies, even if it's for one of the boy dolls. It also velcros all the way at the back. It's a really nice sort of, it's a pink colour, and it's got these lightning bolts, which I really like. I do quite like this hoodie a lot. And obviously it is sleeveless. He's then got these, now I guess they're kind of not quite 3/4 lengths, but they don't go all the way down. So they're kind of those ones that sort of finish around the ankle really. They're black, they're okay. They're kind of like, I suppose like a jogging bottom almost. They are not elasticated at the bottom, but the fabric is quite stretchy. And then he's got these kind of, these white sort of fake Vans, I suppose, really, which you've probably seen before. The other thing about the petite Kens is that their feet seem to be the same size. So they have like giant feet, giant heads, and then their bodies just seem a little bit shrunken. I am going to bring out another doll to compare him with. Okay, so I'm sure you remember Fabio from before. So he is a standard Ken body. As you can see, he has a lot more definition in the chest, and his waist kind of comes in, whereas this one pretty much just goes straight down. So anything that fits him will probably be kind of big on him. I do actually have the vest from Fabio, so we can put that on. I mean, things like vests probably won't matter so much because they're not really meant to be particularly fitted. Actually, that's not too bad. It's just if you get things like shirts and stuff like that, they're probably going to be like too long and just look a bit weird on him. So that is him in that. Obviously, actually, will this fit him? I was going to say obviously it's not going to fit, but I don't think it was too sort of tightly done. And it does Velcro at the back, so it might fit. Actually, it does fit him. It actually fits him quite nicely. Obviously, it's more form-fitting on him than it was on him. I would like to change him out, only because I'm going to be changing our girl Barbie out of her outfit, mainly because I don't really like that one so much. So let's have a read around and see what clothes I can find. So here we go. I've redressed them thanks to AliExpress. So he's wearing still his same joggers that he had on, but I've kind of pulled them down a bit so they go to his they kind of cover his ankles now, and I've left his Vans on as well. I've given him this little sort of shirt with tie. It's not the most expensive item of clothing, I would say. It could probably do with a little bit of a press perhaps, and just a bit sort of sorted out really around the collar. But I think it's nice enough. Also, he's got these sunglasses. Thankfully, I think these ones are actually just general Barbie ones, and they fit his face fine. So that's him. He's looking quite cool there. And then for our Barbie. So again, this jumpsuit is from AliExpress. It's not amazing quality. Again, it's all right. It's quite thin material. There's also a bit of stainage here, which isn't great. But listen, I literally paid like probably cents for this rather than, you know, euros or whatever. So it's not so bad. I've left the shoes on because I quite like the colour, and I thought it might add a splash of colour. And also to go with the shoes, I've got this, which was from, I think, the Barbie Extra girl that I've got, and I can't remember what number she was. But yeah, this is a Barbie Extra piece. It's also got this sort of like the glittery sort of backing on there. So I think she looks a lot better than she did, for sure. So let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. Also let me know if you've got them and if you've done any restyling on either of them. And what are your kind of general thoughts on the Fashionistas? I kind of and ah over it. I kind of wish I hadn't bought as many as I did. And then when I look at some of them, I think, actually, I do really like the dolls. I probably wouldn't have bought the quantity that I bought, but some of the ones that I bought, I definitely really like. And others, it's kind of, nah, well, they were kind of cheap. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be put off by buying any more, but I wouldn't buy them for the sake of buying them. I would consider it. So I hope you've liked the video. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please also share the video if you know anyone that would like this kind of thing. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. So until then, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you very soon. Bye.